I was going to say the most we might see is you should try to outline something in these or like at some point before I leave. Not on that. You do what you want to do with it. Hello, my peepers.
Welcome to a new episode of What's New in Shalene's Neck of the Woods. So today we are here with Catherine.
Hello.
She came here from Long Island, visited her parents, and came here to color for the day, and we've been having a lot of fun. And of course not getting a lot of coloring in.
No, I've done what? 6 flowers?
Yeah.
4.5?
She's been trying my Pablos.
Awesome.
And she likes those. And I worked with her Koh-i-Noor poly colors and loved them. And what else did I try of yours?
The Tombow Aero Jeton or Jitten?
Jeton, yeah, I love them too. They both work really well in the Create Space book. So today we are also working on this winter scenes, and I'm a few days late on this because I wasn't feeling good the other night. And then last night the furnace was out and was 3 degrees out, and I was waiting for the repair guys to come and fix the furnace, and they didn't come till 10:30 at night, and by the time they left I was ready to go to bed.
And who can blame you for that?
Oh.
That would have killed me.
So, the furnace is fixed. Was just because there was frozen sludge in the line. So we had to have the fuel company come out and put some additive in the fuel. So I asked for some questions, and I asked in the Facebook group, and I forgot to check one more time to see if we have any more questions in the Facebook group. So I can do that. Otherwise, I only have 5 questions, and one's even from Catherine, so
we could make some up.
Yeah.
Like, or just basics. What's your favorite color?
I think they all know that.
Yeah, right? Purple,
purple,
and more purple.
More purple. Nope, nobody had any more questions. Okay, so the first question is by Stephanie Ray, and she says, how did you two become coloring friends?
I found Shalene's, I don't know, was it for your Facebook group first or your videos?
I don't know. I don't remember.
It might have been the coloring group, actually, through someone else that mentioned you or a color along, but it was back in the spring, possibly?
Yes.
Like right after you switched to being from like face-to-face.
Yep.
Yep. And because I saw those older videos too. And then I was just new to color and chats, and I like the down-to-earth kind of vibe of it. And also then I became interested in, you know, what books other people had, and oh boy, it's been it's been all downhill from there for me. My pile went from like a few Dover Creative Havens and Secret Garden to like huge. But anyway, I was a silent viewer, like with a lot of channels for a long time because I was too nervous to participate or post anything. But I joined everything, and then I don't know, how did I think I messaged you or started leaving comments, and then went out on a limb and said, hey, I realize you're from near where my mom, you know, lives. And really it's literally an hour and a half between where we live or where I grew up. I'm coming up. Would you want to meet and actually color in person? Because I don't have anybody to do that with so much where I live.
Right.
Only one friend, and she's busy. So we and Shalene probably went out on a limb and thought, oh, is this person for real or are they a stalker?
No, I didn't.
Right? Well, you think those things.
I know.
You know. Facebook can be scary.
I know.
Even though, like, ColorTube, as everyone calls it, I love that. I think it's so
ColorTube.
cute. Yeah, it is. You know, that's a safer arena for sure. You still get nuts everywhere, and I realized that. So I was like, I left it in Shalene's ballpark. So we met at Wegmans, which is totally a safe place.
Yep.
And ended up staying really late. Like,
that was fun.
Yeah, it was. I wanted to stay later, but, you know, wasn't practical. And then, you know, she invited me to her home, which was very lovely of her, and we've had a nice day.
Yep. I've been trying her colored pencils, and she's been trying mine.
I want to... Shh, don't tell anyone I'm running away with her Pablos. There's only 12 of them, so that wouldn't be a huge loss, right, Shalene?
No.
No, I love them, though. They're really nice. So there. Was that an extensive enough answer?
Yes. And we went shopping at the art store first time we met.
Yep, that was definitely, that's going to happen again.
Yes, we loved it there. So then Janice Petal says, do you like grayscale books and have you colored in any? I have a few grayscale books. The one I have that I did color in, I hated. I hated the paper. It was like on CreateSpace, and I didn't like the images and how they were printed. So I was very frustrated, but I have some nicer ones now that I really want to color in. And I guess you would consider Bennett Klein grayscale, and I have colored 2 of his.
Most of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a few, like, mandala kind of things that are line art, but I think overall that would be grayscale, especially that darker one. That's super dark.
I know.
That one scares me. Do I get to answer that one?
Yes.
Okay, so grayscale petrifies me, but I own quite a few books now, which means I have to do it. And then... shout out to Ann Siggers for marker loveliness. I finally bit the bullet and got myself some Cali Arts because I've heard that those are like good to try on the CreateSpace paper. And like Shalene said, I think a lot of grayscale is on CreateSpace. But I have not completed an entire picture yet. I have dabbled with Ruth Sanderson's 12 Dancing Princesses and done a shoe or 2 around a border.
I have her Goldilocks book.
Yeah, that one's cute. But we've discovered that CreateSpace paper, like a lot of people know, kind of does well with some of the harder pencils. So I think I'm kind of psyched to go home and spend the rest of the winter doing a little bit more of experimenting. Yeah, because I've got some Bennett Klein as well, and I really I have an ambition to be able to actually post one of those on his group.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done that twice.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then Catherine asked me how and why you started making YouTube videos. I started them because I was watching BookTube videos and thought, well, that looks like fun. And they talk about the books they've read, and I was learning about new authors to me. So I thought, well, that would be fun to make videos also. So I started doing that, but I wasn't getting hardly any views. I wasn't getting the subscribers. So then I added in my cross stitch because I found I've been cross stitching for over 30 years. So I started adding those videos in, and once I started doing that, I realized that there really is such a thing called FlossTube for cross stitchers. So I did those for a few months, and I still wasn't getting many views or subscribers, and I thought, well, I'm coloring now too. So I started adding those in, and that's when my YouTube channel took off. And I went from like having 100 subscribers up to over 1,300 now. So the coloring community is what made my YouTube videos popular. So that's why I did it. And I started using a simple camera I had, and I set it up on a box because I didn't have a tripod, but my camera would only let me record for like 25 minutes and then it would shut off. So after a while I decided I better go get a new camera. So when I went to Best Buy and I explained what I did, they said, well, you want a camcorder? And I said, I can't afford a camcorder because I hadn't priced them in so long. They used to be super expensive. And she said, no, they're not any more than a digital camera. So that's when I invested in this recorder, and I got the tripod, which you all know at the beginning I had a horrible time figuring out how to record with this stupid tripod. So that's that one.
Thank you. That was a great answer.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
And I get to say that because I'm here. Hopefully
Yeah.
other people like their answers too.
New Dawn Art says, who introduced you to the world of adult coloring? My mom and my sister did. I was always coloring and drawing as a child. I always had sets of crayons. I got into charcoal and pastels and oil pastels when I was a teenager. And then once I got into cross stitching, once I graduated from high school, I didn't touch that stuff anymore. So a couple years ago, my mom got into the adult color and she said, you would like this. So her and my sister bought me a couple of books and some pencils. So that's what started me on that. And then New Dawn Art asked, what is your favorite type of paper? Well, I love the paper in the Morphia books. I like the paper in the Hannah Carlson books. I like the Color It books, and they're really nice for the markers. I don't really care for Create Spaces. Most of us don't like that. Other than that, there really isn't a paper I don't like, just the Create Space. What papers you like about the same?
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty similar. I actually am going to add that I thought I would not, and this is hilarious because back to the who started you, it was my mom with me, but I was a little kid. I didn't know that the difference because my mother would go out and buy the really good old-fashioned Dover coloring books.
Yeah.
She did not like those kids like newsprint coloring books. We had a few, but we never did anything beyond scribble in them. I was coloring Dover pirates with my mom and under the sea scenes with coral, and we were making it as realistic as we could with Crayola crayons. And my mom's really good. She's actually a pretty good colorist too. And so I just grew up doing it with her, and then I, of course, took art classes like we all do in high school, but I was in advanced art, and I loved drawing and painting, and color pencil was my favorite back then. But then I put it down, went to college, got busy, right?
I think we all do that.
Yeah, and then I just showed Shalene earlier because I brought a notebook of my, like, when I came back to it, finishes. My daughter asked me to make her some princess pictures for her bedroom walls when she was 10 years ago, because she's 13 now. And I didn't have anything in the house except for crayons, and I printed out some stuff and did it, and I have them, and they're really sweet. But I don't know. I think it was because 3 years ago my daddy got my mom and I 72 boxes of Prismacolor, 72 sets, and that was it. And Secret Garden. So the point behind the Dover thing is that this summer with the Dover Creative Haven event that was going on, I discovered that I actually rather like that Creative Haven paper.
That's what this is.
The whole beans. That was when I first got my first set of my only set. I wish it was. I shouldn't say it was my first. Someday I will have backups now. I tried whole beans on that paper and they worked. I was astonished. Because I thought it would be like the Create Space. Because but it's better. It is.
That's what this is.
It is. It doesn't have the same kind of tooth. I don't know.
No, it's smooth.
It is. And it's a little thicker. Yep. So, there you go. Double answer.
Yep.
Those are good questions.
What is your favorite dry medium or wet medium to color with?
That's hard. Color pencils, right?
Yeah, that's mine.
I'm a pencil girl. I'm learning to love markers, though. But wet medium? I really like the Neo 2s.
Yeah, I like the Neo 2s.
Because that's like the best of...
I haven't really worked with watercolor pencils as watercolor pencils.
Yep.
And I have the Ink Tints, and they're okay, but I still like the Neo 2s better.
I think the Inktense you have to be fairly precise with because it's kind of more permanent.
Yeah.
And that's a different learning curve. I think because you can move the Neo 2 around more, it's
it's easier.
I can't make so many mistakes that way.
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
But and as far as brands of colored pencils, I don't know if I have one. I mean, I love my polys. That's what these are, my favorite Castell Polychromos. And I like my Prismas, but I've been coloring with the Pablos, and I've been using the super colors, and then, I don't know, I don't know if I have a favorite.
I so don't anymore. I thought it was Prismas, then I thought it was Polychromos when I learned to use those.
Yeah.
And now, I've got what you would consider more budget or even some vintage sets that I'm in love with.
Yeah.
Depending on the paper. I know, I want your Pablos.
I know.
Watch out. You can't find them tomorrow morning.
Catherine has them.
Oh, boy. And I know where you live now, but you don't know where I live yet. It's a longer drive to come rescue them. So, all right. So it's time to start the piggy bank. The change jar, right?
Yeah, the tip jar.
For going back to that art store for some open stock Pablos.
I have like $40.
Oh, good. That's more than I saved so far.
Well, I have a jar that I keep on my change in, and it says Myrtle Beach on it, but because we're not doing the Myrtle Beach cross-stitch retreat anymore, I figured I'll go through that. And then I emptied out my wallet the other day, and I started wrapping all my coins, and I'm up to almost $40.
Let's see. How much is a full set of Pablos? Like $2 something?
They're $2.21 on Amazon.
Well, you're part of the way there. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, because I have my gift
you got
card.
Your gift card too, so that's good.
And then I have the Associates program with Amazon, so that'll get added on there. So I'm getting there.
You will. By your birthday.
Yeah.
That's a good goal. I would like the rest of the super colors too. I really like the ones that I have.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't know. I like them so much. I'm not sure I want to try them with water, but then
I will.
Kind of do. I know you like to try.
I like to try it all.
Watching you try to melt that that pastel, the one that didn't want to go.
Oh yeah.
Remember you did the video? I knew it wasn't going to work because of the
Connie. Yeah, the pastel pencil.
Yeah, because I know. Well, I didn't know that it wouldn't work. I thought it might not. And I thought this is going to be funny watching her to see. I was prepared to be surprised, but it was funny. The rest of them were nice.
Yeah, that didn't work out so well.
What's your favorite, besides, Inktense is a different thing. And so is Neo too, really, because it's a crayon.
Yeah, and I have watercolors, but I haven't used them yet. I have the plain old basic Crayola watercolors. And I have another set of watercolors. I don't remember the brand name. And I haven't used those yet. I have watercolor coloring books. So that'll be something else I'm doing this winter that I want to try.
Yeah, I got the Prima Princesses one. The one with the different nationalities. Not the floral one my sister-in-law has. It's beautiful. Too. I like that at some point because I like the paper a lot. But I have the one with, oh my gosh, there are some gorgeous women in there. Just different hair and skin tone, like you could see.
It's watercolor paper?
It is. Yeah. I'll take a picture of it and show it to you or find it on Amazon. I think you'd like it. I think I've seen a couple flip-throughs too on I know some of our colorists, ColorTube people have it. I've seen. Actually, I think Anne and Jen does. I think Jen has it. She's got one of them. And then Grace just got the one with the floral girls. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. It's gorgeous. But I want to try that too. So I have a question for other people out there because, I'm not an expert with watercolors. I kind of stink at them. What, besides the Zig Detailer and like your basic water brushes, who's got a good brand of not too expensive like real brushes
Oh, yeah.
that they have good, like, you know, like good size for coloring book detail, I guess? I'm having a hard time with language. You know, not tiny details, but like not big, like you'd be making
Right.
your own painting and you could use a huge mop brush, you know? Like what brand and what sizes are great if you want to use a real brush? And who's used those pearlescent watercolors, like the Nijis?
Oh, yeah, those are pretty.
And how do they like them? And where should they answer this?
And
Boss,
they'll answer those
boss
questions
lady?
in my comments section
In the
down
comments.
below.
And then I can read them later.
Yes.
Because I'm really curious. I have the beginning student Cotman watercolors in the little tiny travel set. My sister-in-law was so kind as to give those to me. And I don't know what to do with it except use my water brush. And I'd like to...
And they should know because a lot of them have been buying those Jane Davenport.
Yeah, I'd like to...
But I
those
think
look
they're
nice.
using those detail brushes.
The Zig Detailer?
Yeah.
I think they're easy, and I love them for watercolor pencils and ink tints.
But you want to try
I
regular.
want to try a real brush.
And
I
what
want-
kind of bristles?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Are nylon
Nylon.
better than, or easy good better than real, or what's the deal with that?
Yeah. Those are good questions.
Budget friendly, please.
Yeah.
not into like mink hair from Ukraine, you know? Like, although that'd be fun. Nothing wrong with Ukraine or mink hair. Well, no, as long as it's responsibly harvested. Just catch
Yes.
him and snip his tail
Snip
off.
tail.
Not the whole tail, just the
Some
fur.
of the
That
fur.
does not sound good.
No.
What about that, Daenerys? Can we use doggy hair? Can we take some of your tail feathers?
She's
I know,
sleeping.
she's like, yeah, whatever. Crazy lady. Crazy woman.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised she's not snoring.
Oh, her ear's twitching. Oh no, her eyes are open. She's listening to us.
Yeah.
Look, she's all over me. Oh, it's good though. Yeah, so, because I really, like, I want to get, is it the Niji Yasutomo, I think? And then I know that Gansai Tambi, I think, do they have pearlescent?
I have no idea.
And I want to know if they actually are pearlescent, like when you put them down, or if it's just all,
Yeah.
you know, like, what is that all about?
Yeah.
So that's something interesting. And any other recommendations for like nice beginner watercolor sets besides the Jane Davenports?
Yeah,
which I
they
really
talk
would.
about
Yeah.
Jane Davenport.
I'd like.
Jen has those and
Dee
Dee
Dee.
Dee has those.
Has anyone gotten the new ones yet, though?
I don't know if Dee Dee did yet.
Michael's has been out of all of them. I have gone and gone and gone, and believe me, where I live, we have about 5 Michaels within the hour radius of my house.
Yeah.
And I've been to every one of them. And I haven't seen, even the older ones are gone. So I have this feeling it's going to be Amazon. Well, I think you could go to her website, too, and
Yes.
order. But I don't know if she would still have the older colors in stock. That's another thing, I'm sure.
Or ordering
Look up.
from Michael's.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, they might have the new ones. What is that called again? Glitzy? I think it's Glitzy.
I don't know.
The new color range.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I just saw someone do a review of the sparkle markers. They looked interesting. For the Jane Davenport. But, yeah. That looks good. I like the hair.
Laverne Smith Hodge says, "What is your favorite colored pencil?"
Again.
Depends on what book I'm coloring in.
Alright, I'll shoot book names at you that I know you have and you can answer.
Okay.
This is like quick draw.
Yeah.
Joanna Bashford.
I like my Prismacolors and my Polychromos in hers.
Hannah Carlson.
I've only colored 1 or 2, and I think I used my Prismas. It's mostly, I used my luminance in one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I have a few of those, and I have not decided what I like them on.
Yeah, I keep playing around, and then I now add in the front of the books what colored pencils work best in that book.
Which is entirely intelligent.
So that now I'll know, don't pull those out.
Do that, too, because then I'm like, oh, crud, I forgot these wax up or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dover Creative Haven paper, which is different than the normal Dover.
Well, I've been using my polychromos on this, and I like it.
How many, have you done other pages in Creative Haven, or is this like...
I've done one in the cat book, and I think in another book. But I have like 4 that I haven't colored in yet.
I've got a ton I need to...
Yeah.
And I could kick myself for not bringing this with me tonight, because... Duh. Right? That's what we're supposed to be doing this week.
Color along.
I know, and I'm sitting here coloring fairies very slowly.
Yeah.
That's okay. Let's see if I can think of... This is not the quickest, because I'm having trouble thinking of other coloring books. Well, we already talked about using hard pencils and just the create spaces of work in progress. Right?
Yep.
So, to learn. Oh, okay, Kirby Rosanes.
Yeah, I've used my Prismacolors in his, and I think I've used my polychromos. So I haven't colored in many of his. I know I did the 2-page spread with the gnomes that Anne did. And I think that's it.
Clara Markova, Magical Delights, and then the new one?
That had polychromos and my Prismacolors, and I think I used luminance on one.
Okay. And do you have a preference? Because
I think I liked my polys.
Okay. I've only ever tried Inktense and Tombow markers in there because they're sort of single-sided.
Yeah.
So I was like getting away with the water. And as some of the artists we love say, they don't care if the page buckles a little bit.
Nope.
No big deal.
Nope.
So I'm making myself not be OCD about that. I might be a little bit about organizing pencils, though, but not, no. It's cool. And really, you know, it's true. You put it in the bookshelf, and it flattens itself out over time. What about the romantic country books? Have you done any?
I used my Neo 2s, and I used my Prismacolors. I've used my polychromos in those. And what did I use my supercolors in?
That was at the back of... That's the Sansa page that I still need to finish.
Yep. And I liked those.
Yep, but that was... oh, yes. The other lovely Swedish book, the Emily Lidehall Oberg.
Yeah.
Or Emily... Actually... This is hilarious. I have a violin student who gives me Hannah Carlsson because they're from Sweden.
Yeah.
And they go back to visit, and it's the nicest connection because I just got actually one of the artist editions. And it is like almost watercolor paper. Like, I am so psyched and single-sided. I'll have to share at some point.
Yeah.
But that was unexpected for Christmas. And so I was saying... There's another author besides Hannah Carlsson. Have you ever seen it in a bookshop? And I was trying to say the name, and then I finally ended up having to look it up for her. And she goes, oh, Emily Lidehall. And I was like, oh, whoa, that's not how we say it here. No. Okay, wait, say that again. But no, I sounded like the Swedish chef just there. I'm not a Muppet, I promise. No, but it's like, it's different, you know, like with the 2 dots above it.
Yes.
It doesn't do what you would think it would do. It's not an A or an O. It's like an sound. So I'm it's a learning curve for that. But yeah. So now I have her on the hunt for Emily stuff. Which is cool.
And I like that book I got.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Yep. Do you have the other one too? The fairy tales one?
No, I want that one.
Oh yeah. I, though, have heard people say that they like the artwork in the newer one a little more. Kind of, Maria Trolla.
I have hers.
Like
See, I mostly worked with polychromos and the Prismacolors, and I'm starting to work with more of the others in all the coloring books to see what I like the best.
What'd you do the birdcage picture with in the Twilight Garden?
I think that was Prismacolors.
Okay. That was a nice one. Gosh, how many more can I think of now? Because you have other books I don't have.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are CreateSpace or here's the deal. Oh, okay. I have another question for you because this is kind of tying in. Printer paper. What is your preferred pound weight and surface for if you're going to print out a PDF?
I have some on smooth paper that's 110 pound that I really like a lot. And then the one I have now is semi-smooth, and that is a 68 pound. I like them both. The 110 pound works great with markers, where this one is more toothier. So it works good with the colored pencils.
Cool. I kind of want to try that blending card for the Copics, but, you know, then I'm like, I don't know if I'd know what to do with it. I think I better get better with alcohol markers first before I go buying specific paper for them. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think Copic has their own kind of paper.
Yeah, it has a different name than Copic though. Anne knows.
Yeah.
It's like not Excel or something. It's blending card Express-It.
Oh, yep.
I think it's called Express-It. I saw it. It's on my Amazon wish list actually for when I can justify buying it. I have like all of 3 Copics. Well, you know, you got to get the important skin tones and then go from there, right? Because especially on a budget.
And do you have a favorite book to color in? Well, right now it's that Zemljinsnova, or however you say it, Land of Dreams. I love that book.
Or,
I don't know.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Which Christmas
the
one?
one you're trying to finish right now, but you got sick of for a second.
Yeah, Johanna's Christmas. I had to take a break. I was going to keep coloring in that till January 1st, and yesterday I finished another page, and I said, that's it. I'm Christmased out.
Can I just tell you, without like seeming like I'm patting you on the back unnecessarily or being like a suck up?
Okay.
I have been seriously impressed by how many of those you've been churning out
I
in the last like 2 weeks.
Because I haven't had to babysit.
Right, but still.
And I don't have anybody else here at home I have to take care of. Scott takes care of himself.
She sets us this, like, well, okay, invites us to this challenge, right? Who wants to finish a book this year? Sign up if, raise your hand.
No, it's next year.
Okay, it's almost this year.
Well,
almost. Yeah. I'm counting 2018 because it's after Christmas. It's all the new year. Anyway, here's this challenge you give us, and you're already more than halfway there.
I know.
Just because you did everything in the last 2 weeks.
I did.
It's like a sketchbook slam when you have to do like that, like a 300-page sketchbook in like 60 days. She'll never sleep. Shh, don't tell.
No.
She just colors.
I color in my sleep.
Right? That would be a good trick.
I think Pearl sits up here and colors for me.
You? Yeah, sure. It's a likely story. Anyway, I'm just saying that because I think it's rather impressive. That's all.
Thank you.
Yes. I managed to get 1 picture done for everybody's color along.
Yeah.
And all of them that I've been watching, and only 1. And it wasn't
okay.
a book, but only 1. Which makes me feel distinctly wimpy.
It's okay, I'm running late on this one, so
we'll forgive you. I wanted to do one in this. I like this.
Just seeing what's the time on this. Yep. 34 minutes.
I think out of all the scenes books, I don't know. It's a toss-up, though, because Autumn Scenes is really nice, too.
Yeah.
I really do like a few of those pictures are so cute. Like the pumpkin patch ones, and there was one with a barn someone did that's really cool. So I looked at flip throughs of the other 2, but I don't own them. The spring and do you have spring and summer?
I don't think so. I just had winter and autumn.
I keep seeing them in Michael's on those racks randomly, like spring scenes, and I'm like, no, 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 put it back. I will, though, because that would be good for, like, Easter time. Or,
Yep.
I bet you there's got to be at least one Easter picture in there.
Probably. Go on, Daenerys.
I see you. She likes me. I'm honored.
She's a pain in the butt.
I know, she's pretty, though. Yes, you're pretty. You're pretty.
Don't hit the tripod. Go on.
Is there another part to that question?
Yes. Are you reading anything right now? Nope. I've been too busy coloring.
Joanna Basford.
Yes.
Sorry.
And still,
that's so funny.
and still watching movies from the Hallmark channel that I DVR'd. So I haven't been reading, but I do plan on to start fitting it back into my schedule.
Okay, I can add a question because I've been having some struggles with my own reading, and I usually, as my mother would put it when I was little, eat books. Like,
oh yeah, I used to. I read like 24 in a month, especially in the summer when it's too hot to do anything.
I've been fighting my way through like a mini book I picked up on clearance at Barnes and Noble on the Tudors, on a potentially what Elizabeth I might have been doing with all those guys that she loved at court, you know?
Yeah.
And whether or not she actually was like, you know, untouched, we'll put it that way. That's PC, right? And clean.
Yes.
Untouched. And, you know, like, because what was that guy, Robert Dudley, like Lester, like, you know, and all that, because we've all seen those movies. I love that era. Anne Boleyn has always been my absolute favorite.
Justin's into that.
Love Anne Boleyn. If I had to, well, no, I wouldn't have wanted to be beheaded, but she was pretty, she was a strong woman, you know, in her way. But anyway, it's literally the tiniest little hardcover, like, book. Big print. I don't know what it is, but I'll read a chapter, like, 3 times in a row. It's like, you know, like,
it's not holding your interest.
I don't know, or it's just that maybe my brain's not...
Maybe it's just this time of year.
Possibly, or maybe it's because it's 0 degrees outside and my brain cells are frozen. So anyway, what is on your list of things you want to read next?
I have
a
whole bunch of books on my bookshelves that need to be read, and most of them are young adult fantasy.
I love YA too.
And I want to get back into some of the Lee Child books. And James Patterson, I'm behind on his, and J.D. Robb because I'm way behind on hers. So I have a lot, and then there's a few people on BookTube that are going to read a Stephen King every month.
Oh.
So I thought about joining in on that, but most of them I have already read.
Yeah, and I'd have nightmares. If I had to read Stephen King every month, sorry, Anne Hatfield, love you, because I love me some Stephen King sometimes. But more like The Stand kind of stuff. Not like Pet Sematary.
I loved that.
I know it's good to read, but it's scary. And then
the first book they're reading in January is Misery.
Oh, that's scary too.
That was
good. All I can see is Kathy Bates in my
I know.
I actually, when did that come out? I'm trying to figure out.
Well, a while ago.
Yeah, like how old I would have been, but I left the theater.
Oh, really?
I pretended I had to go to the bathroom because I was embarrassed. And then I was like, I think I made up some story about not feeling good, which I might not have. And I sat on the bench outside because I could not see it. I just couldn't. I read it because so I knew. You know, like, oh. Yeah, it's funny. I'm a wimp.
No, I've seen, I think, just about all his movies.
I prefer to read it, but occasionally it
My favorite book by him is Tommy Knockers.
Really?
Yes, I love that book. Yep.
I don't think I have read that one. So let's see, what other genre? Oh, what is your favorite YA genre?
Fantasy.
Tamora Pierce.
Did I read any of hers?
Tamora.
Yeah, I know Pierce. Who she is.
She did the Lioness ones about Alana. She pretended to be a boy and went in place of her brother, and he was like a magician and la la la. She has other ones too. The Circle of Magic. Those are fabulous. I have a bunch of them at my mom's house. And I remember reading those when I was in middle school in the library.
I've seen the books on BookTube. I don't think I've read any.
They're awesome. You would really like them.
I don't think I've read them.
And although I tend to think that it's a little bit intense for certain age groups of YA, I'll have to think about this for a second. It's Damar Aaron, the Blue Sword, Robin McKinley. Oh my, fabulous.
I've heard of that one.
That one's been around from like the 80s, I think, and the 70s. There's two that go together, the Blue Sword and the Hero and the Crown. You like dragons? Mm-hmm. Except this is not a nice dragon. And yeah, but she's a really cool, the heroine is awesome. And then there's a couple other retellings. There's one about, it's like Rose Red and something or another. And there's one called Deerskin, which is...
I haven't heard of that one.
Ooh. And it's got dogs in it. But it's a really, really interesting retelling. And I won't give it away by talking about it. Because that one's kind of heavy.
I read, not last year, the year before, Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Mm-hmm. That book was amazing, so I ended up having to read the whole series, and I loved it.
You know what I else? There's a series of princessy books that are retellings. My daughter has them in her. I can't see the name of the author in my head right now, but they're not that old. They've been out for a few years. Maybe I'll think of it at some point before we leave. They have very pretty artwork on the covers. Oh, who is it? There's one about beauty. The Two Princesses of Navarre or something. It's an author, and she does a bunch of them. Somebody's got to have to know and comment what it is. I forget the author, but those impressed me too.
There's a lot of really good YR authors out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was kind of just thinking about all the fantasy ones.
Yeah.
But, like, in terms of princessing. Oh, The Selection.
I read that series.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yep, that was interesting, wasn't it? It was like the Hunger Games, but in a...
Yeah.
That was not as dangerous, but still.
I liked
a weird
that
concept.
series.
Yep, I think I read the first... There's a box set that they have now. Yeah, but I think there's more. Kira Cass?
Yep.
Yeah. Wow, I remembered another name. Amazing. That's because I it wasn't as long ago. But yeah, the last few months, I think maybe my brain has just been on vacation.
I planned on reading a lot of holiday books this month, but I only got one done. So.
But you got a lot of colors.
I got a lot of coloring done.
You did. I don't think you can honestly. I don't know. Your ambition to have like one day a week to do, or like, you know, to okay, I need this much time for my floss, I need this much time for my books, this much time for my coloring. I'm not sure about that.
But I've had the time because I haven't been babysitting, and it's just me for supper time, so I don't have to cook for anybody else.
Right. Yep.
And I haven't even left the house much because of the weather. And
she's got about 3 feet of snow on top of her car.
I do.
And I am exaggerating, by the way, but
it is buried in the snow.
This is upstate New York, folks.
Yep. And I don't drive in it, and I haven't had to go anywhere. So, like, last Friday, Scott took me to the grocery store. That was the first time I'd left the house in over a week. And Monday was at my parents' house. Justin drove, which was a good thing because we ended up driving home in whiteout conditions.
That sounded scary when you talked about it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was almost like, woo.
Justin said, "Where are we?" I said, "Well, you're on the road because I can see the ditch." He says, okay, because I can't see anything. I says, well, if you're okay, don't move over either way.
When you stop being able to see any of the lines,
Yeah,
then
well,
you're in trouble.
There were no lines,
Yeah.
but I could see where the ditch was. So I told him, don't move over my way anymore, and don't move over the other way because you never know where the other cars are coming.
That could be.
So that was really scary. But we made it. And then he left here and headed to Batavia. And about 10 minutes after he left here, the area he got to was like a wall. There wasn't even any snow at all.
That was like me this morning.
Yep.
Gray skies, flurries, and the crappiest roads ever, all the way from like literally the Wayne County line, like Ontario, all the way through to Monroe and Winton on Rochester. The minute I got off of Winton and onto 390,
Yep.
well, sun.
Yeah.
There was the weirdest fog though, because I think the sun was hitting the snow.
Yes.
And it was. I looked at my car console and it said it was like 10 degrees. I'm like, how can you have fog in 10 degrees?
Because we do.
What?
Because we do.
I know. You know that big I guess it must be a big trailer company, like a trucking company thing, that right before the thruway, between 390 and the thruway entrance there.
Okay, yeah.
There's a big
Yep.
truck, I don't even know, just a big building, and it says something trailer company. It was so foggy I could barely see the sign on the building.
Oh, wow.
And people slowed way down because they were trying to get onto the thruway exit thing. But then 2 seconds later, I didn't even message you about it because I was like, okay, it's fine now. It was weird.
I know, because the sun was here.
Yep. To me, fog in 10-degree weather is like thunder snow.
Yep, and if you get thunder snow, 10 days later, you get a snowstorm.
Really?
Yep.
I never heard
And we
that.
did because 10 days, we had thunderstorm in Buffalo, and I said 10 days from that day is Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got the snow on
Oh,
Christmas
you did.
Day.
That's right.
Yep.
That's crazy. We have thunder snow in Long Island, actually, quite a bit because it's warmer there.
Yep.
So depending, like, it'll be warm down below, like, 38. And if it's 38 here, is it snowing? Generally speaking,
Sometimes
not much.
No.
but we will literally have snow falling because of the way what? Why are we having flurries? Like, this makes no sense. And those are the times where you get the occasional thunder snow.
Yeah.
Like, weird. Yeah. Yep. I think it's only happened a few times in the last year or two, and it's always so weird. Does Daenerys freak out when it thunders?
No. She does before it comes close.
Yeah, she feels it rumbling.
Yeah, she gets antsy, but once it hits it, she's fine.
My dog doesn't at all, and I'm surprised because the smaller dogs usually freak out. She just will sleep right through it.
Yeah,
like, okay.
And I have one cat that goes outside, and he wants to be outside when we get thunderstorms.
Maybe he likes the energy.
He goes underneath the
He
trailer.
wants to get hit by lightning.
No, he goes under the trailer.
Yeah.
Because we have an opening for him in one of the skirtings. So if we're not home and it's nasty out, he can get out.
No, that's smart. Here's a funny animal story. You know, I talk to people that understand, right, about my physical condition, but I don't like to talk about it too much because, you know, it gets old. Imagine little old me putting together with my neighbor who just had knee surgery and is limping around like crazy too. The two of us, we're like fairly short women. One of those full-on insulated cat igloos for outdoor cats, feral cats.
Yeah.
She called me up, and I couldn't say no because I love her to death, and she's watching my cats right now while I'm up here visiting. And she never lets me, like, give her anything. I did get her a nice Bath & Body Works candle and stand, like that winter scent, but as a thank you. But she calls me up. She's like, Catherine, you're more technical than I am. And, you know, it's because my daddy raised me with a toolbox. You grow up upstate, sometimes you learn things.
Yep.
But she's like, I cannot figure out how to get this door flap on here. Like, I went over there. She had the handles were like unnecessary. They were keeping it, the cover was wrong. It was a mess. And like I was like, all right, we need to take the straw out, take the insulation out. And she was like, I don't know why, but I can't seem to make any sense of this manual. And I'm like, all right. So we're out there, and that was a couple days ago, and it had dropped. Freezing cold. Wrestling in her driveway with this cat igloo. All because she had the kindness. And this is the sad part. Like, you're talking about letting your cat under your trailer.
Yeah.
A lot of folks wouldn't do that, right? You know, you gotta understand that even though they have fur, you know,
they still get cold.
Yeah. So we had these feral cats show up between our properties. It was a mom and I think 2 babies, gray and white, okay? She called the cat trap in our area, you know, when they would like maybe take them to the shelter, fix them, and then sometimes they re-release, but usually that's at business yards. It's not, you know, people's homes. We're like, they're not our cats. So she made a donation. They said because they were not adoptable because they were too old. And I'll tell you what, they are not that big. They were going to release them. They were going to fix them, clip their ears, and you know how they notch them, and release them back onto her property.
Oh, yeah, they do that.
Right. And now we got to feed them.
Yep.
Now we got to buy igloos. And I say we because you know I'm helping her.
Yeah.
Because the one has been hanging out in my backyard as much as hers.
But a lot of people are buying those igloos just
for their regular cats.
to have for the feral cats in the areas.
She said it wasn't cheap either.
Probably not.
No. So I was like, the least I can do, because she purchased it, is help you with cat food and come and help you wrestle the thing together. But it was funny because we had it upside down. We had it on its side. It was so cold that the plastic wouldn't fit together right, because it's one of those feral kind of, well, it looked nice. I'd sleep in it. She put little cat blankets. It was cute. So, you know, I mean, we try. But there's only 1 or 2 of them left because one of them didn't come back.
Oh.
So it might have moved on to hopefully greener pastures. I don't know. You worry.
Yep.
But at least they won't be having kittens.
Nope.
But we might be stuck now with, you know. And of course my dog goes nuts. Her dogs go nuts because then that's looking good. How are we?
Okay, 52 minutes. We got to wrap it up.
All right. Then that's time for me to stop asking you random questions. And was I a good interviewer?
Yes.
All right.
That was fun.
I felt like at a moment like we were like on a TV show. And I'm like, so Shalene, what kind of coloring books do you prefer? Well, I mean, I just asked you stuff I'm curious about. Like, you know, I'm no expert at any of this.
Me neither. I just go with the flow.
The fun part is learning from each other.
Yeah.
All of us.
And trying each other's products.
Yes. We've had a good time with that.
Yep. Now I can take the question mark off a couple of pencil sets that I know I like now.
Yep. And you get to keep them until at least February.
Yeah.
And play with
them more.
Trust me, I have more than enough. So that will be good. Then you'll really know if you want them on your list or not.
Yeah.
You know? Try them on a couple more papers. Just because they're good in Create Space doesn't mean you'll love them on another higher end book. And I think the Tombos are, I think you can get them for like $80 to $88 for all 3 sets.
Yep.
For 90 pencils, it's still slightly under $1.
Yeah, I have a list of the prices and everything on Amazon, and they fluctuate.
They do. I couldn't believe that 72 set was $24 the other day.
I know.
The Prismas. I wish they would do another flash sale on the 150 because I would buy a backup box for myself.
I'm going to need one. I've been coloring in my Johanna's Christmas, and I looked at my pencil case yesterday, and I said, well, where'd all my pencils go? They're getting down. Yeah. Stubbies. So I said, oh, it's from Johanna's Christmas.
Yep.
Because I've been watching Julia's passion for pencil, or coloring, I mean.
Specifically, those blue backgrounds, the one that you did the solid, so pretty. But my goodness, you must have used a lot of pencil. Oh my, yeah.
That was fun though, but yeah, I need a break. So I'll just be coloring them the 25th of each month. And
then you'll get to
Christmas
August and you'll
in
be
July.
like, oh my goodness, I have 12 pages left. I can't do just that. I have to step it up.
I don't think I have like 18 pages left to color.
Yeah. So there's more than 18 months in the year.
I know, but see, Christmas in July.
Oh, right.
I'm going to do that.
4 more weeks.
Yeah. So
12 plus 4 is
16.
Christmas in April?
No. It's going to be in July. And then whatever's left happens in December.
Right. That's true. Because you can justify doing extra pictures.
Yep.
And you've been doing like one a night. So
yes, I have. Because I haven't been babysitting.
Right. Well, we'll hope that you get back to that.
So, and because Julia doesn't talk in hers, I mute it, and then I listen to like Sharon or Ann or somebody else.
Catch up on your videos.
And I can watch them and flip back and forth.
And see, I need to get my iPad somehow to work. I can't wait till I get a laptop. Ugh, I miss having a computer. But right now I can't do both because I'm stuck on my iPhone, and for some reason my iPad will not function on my Wi-Fi. I don't know why. I need to get it looked at because that would be good.
So I'm going to wrap this up. I am actually going to finish this page off camera because I want to get it done, and I have a busy day tomorrow, and Justin's coming over on Sunday. So I just want to get this picture done up. And I have some flip throughs still I need to do, and Sunday's the last day of the month. So I need to do a video of all my colored finishes for this month. And there wasn't, and everybody wanted to see my coloring book collection. That's going to take me like all day just to pull it all out.
I should have helped you with that today.
We should have done that today.
Oh my goodness. That would have worked, right? I could have just like kept you on track. Okay, this pile and this pile.
And then someone else wanted to see all my coloring supplies.
I would, with the what is it, underhanded notion of being able to get to see what you have in person.
So I'll be doing those in the next couple days too. So before this shuts off on its own, I'm going to say goodbye and thank you to Catherine for being a good sport and doing this with me.
Thanks for letting me interview you and chatter.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was fun.
And I've never been in or done a video ever in my life before. So thank you for making me not feel nervous.
So stay tuned for a new episode of What's New in Shalene's Neck of the Woods. Bye-bye.